Hey ladies! Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my birth plan and kind of how I feel that I want to deliver this baby and kind of things I've put in place to begin with to hopefully ease myself into the beginnings of labour and things like that. I've had a lot of questions on this, on like, do I want a water birth, do I want a epidural, things like that. So I'm going to cover everything in this video. So if you like these types of videos, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to me for free, because I'm making loads of videos like this now, being 30 weeks pregnant. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so the first thing I've got is a paddling pool, and I was looking at some birth pools online that I could just like have in the house. And the ones online were really expensive. They were around £150 or like £180, and you can hire them or buy them. But because this is like my last baby, I don't really want to like buy one. But I did see online on Amazon, I think, I can't even remember how much it was. I'll put a picture right here. So yeah, I pumped it up. And it's really easy to pump up. I've got like a wobble bubble, I don't know if you guys know what that is, a wobble bubble battery charged air pump, and it just pumps it up within seconds. And literally it's so high, like the whole thing comes up to about here. So when I'm sat down in it, or just sort of like swaying like this, like the whole of my tummy's covered. I've got a special hose adapter that goes onto our kitchen tap, so rather than it just being cold water, I can actually use the hot water out of our tank, so it's really cool. You can literally set it to the right temperature and then it just like goes into the pool, so it's not too hot, not too cold. I will be using that downstairs in my early labour, but I don't want to use it until my, you know, contractions are established, because what can happen is if you get too relaxed or you like lie down in bed or things like that, like your contractions can stop. And I've heard that third babies can totally mess you around, where you start going into labour and then it kind of stops, and then the next day you go into labour a bit more and then it stops and you've had no sleep. And obviously I'll let you guys know when I'm actually in labour, but it could be like a false alarm and it may be that I actually deliver in a few days. So along with the pool in the lounge, I've also got these. They are LED candle lights. They come with batteries. I got all of these from Amazon. That's how many you get in the box. And you literally just flick them on and they go on like that. How cute. And it can literally just sit all around the pool. That's going to set it up for me whilst I'm in labour. And I just think it's really nice. You can also put them around your bath for afterwards and dim the lights and things like that. We've got a special Hive bulbs all around our house. So all you have to do is say, Alexa, turn, you know, middle lounge light to 20%, and it like dims all the lights. It's really clever. Oh, I love iron brew so much. Of course it is sugar free. So to set the mood, we've got the pool, we've got the lights, and I've also got a few natural essential oils. Now one of these is lemon and one of these is lavender, and I found lemon really good because it's really good for anti-sickness. So you can put it on a cloth or a flannel or something and you just smell it, and it can really help with your nausea. I've also got lavender oil, which obviously, as you guys know, is like a relaxant, and I can put it, I've got like a special oil burner where you can just like put a few drops in and light a candle and it all just like burns and it all just makes the room smell really lovely. Now I am aware that birth plans never really go to plan, really. Harry's did though. Harry's was fine because I went into labour naturally after my sweep, and I laboured at home for ages, and then about midnight I went into hospital and I was already 6 centimetres, and then I got in the pool. I had a really controlled labour and literally dilated a centimetre an hour, and then he was born. Charlie's on the other hand, I didn't really have a plan as such. I think I wanted a water birth, but I wasn't quite sure, but I ended up getting induced, and then I ended up having him on dry land and it was horrible. So I think this time round I'm going to be aware of things. I really hope my waters don't go, because it makes the contractions come on a little bit more intense, but if they do, they do, and I've just got to roll with it. The only other little worry, not so much a worry, is just kind of, obviously I've got 2 children that I need to pick up from school and nursery school. It's all on the same campus, so it's not very far to travel. So I can quite easily, if I'm in labour, just like walk up to school, pick them up and come home. I do also have family around me that live literally 10 minutes down the road. So, and husband who also works 10 minutes down the road now, which is really handy. So I've got lots of people around me, but you know what happened when Charlie's labour started and my waters went and I couldn't get hold of anyone, because with Harry's pregnancy, I wasn't even in labour and people were like, have you had him yet? Have you had him yet? Have you had him yet? Have you had it yet? Is he here yet? Any niggles? And I'm just like, oh my God, stop. So this time round, I'm not telling anyone my due date because that is just the worst thing ever. You guys will find out when I'm in labour. I'll obviously let you know. So another question I've actually had is, will I be using a TENS machine? And I've never ever used a TENS machine before. I also don't like the idea of kind of hiring it, because I wouldn't know when to hire it in case she's early and then I never actually get to use it. I don't even know how much they cost, like per week, but the only thing I can relate it to of what it feels like would be like, you know those like tummy trainer things where it like zaps your muscles? I feel like it feels like that and I hate that sensation. So I don't know if I'd actually enjoy having my back zapped, but do let me know down in the comments below if you guys use TENS machine and if it was helpful. I tend to just kind of use warm water as a pain relief. Now when I get to hospital, like I was saying before in one of my other videos, my pain threshold isn't actually very good, and being a third baby, I'm hoping the labour's going to go pretty quick because my body knows what to do. However, I still may want an epidural, and the only thing that puts me off is the fact that it lowers your blood pressure, it gives you the shakes, it can make you feel sick, and also you get like a permanent like ache and a permanent like pain in your lower back. So I'm going to try to do it without. It depends how I feel. I really don't want to get induced again. I really don't want to get that pessary because that was very, very painful. So in the UK, you get a number to ring, and when you sound like this, when you're just on the phone and you're like, oh, hi, I'm in labour, they'll be like, well, you're not going to come to hospital because you sound far too relaxed. Whereas when I rung up the labour ward when I was in labour with Harry, I was like 5 or 6 centimetres first point, but I didn't know. I was like, oh, okay, I can talk now. And then they were like, so what number baby is this? And I was like, baby number 1, but I'm never doing it again. And, you know, I was in quite a lot of, like my voice was quite distressed. And she was like, sounds like you need to come in. And I was like, okay, thank you. We're going to get in the car now. Like I was so in pain. But yeah, I don't really know how I'm going to act. I love the gas and air with both my labours, and I've never tried pethidine before. I know it makes you feel like really sleepy. I've never tried it before though. But again, if you have had pethidine, please let me know in the comments below what it's like and if you liked it or if you didn't like it. But yeah, I'm just going to kind of roll with it really and see what happens. I hope she's not too early, and I hope everything kind of goes okay and I've got like no complications, but I definitely want a hospital birth. And like I said before, I'm going to be having my water pool downstairs, so hopefully if the kids are, you know, if it's night time and the kids are asleep upstairs, we can ring Matt's mum and she can come pick up the kids, things like that, or we can drop them off on the way to the hospital. I really don't know what it's going to be like, because you never know. Like, you can plan and plan, but it may not actually go the way you want it, so I'm just going to have to see what happens. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to me for free to follow my journey, and I will see you in my next video. Bye ladies!